All right, let's shift gears to what you all came for. Finally, the executive core qualifications. And we're just going to start this conversation now. So the ECQs is what stresses everybody out, right? This is what goes to OPM. This determines whether or not you're actually going to end up being an SES member. They are the same across all agencies, although some of the accepted service agencies like the FAA, they have created, instead of ECQs, they have what they call leadership requirements, and there's 4 of them, not 5. But if you read the definitions, they sort of match the definitions for the ECQs. There is guidance for writing your ECQs, and every SES job posting has a link to that guidance. Unfortunately, some of those links are old, so make sure the link takes you to the 2012 guidance, which is also old, rather than the 2010 guidance. And the reason why that's important is because between 2010 and 2012, they changed the definition of the ECQ. They're evaluating different things. And so you want to make sure you're looking at the most recent definitions. But some agencies have not updated the link and are still directing you to the 2010 guidance. So you can tell from the link, if it says 2012 at the end of it, you're good. And again, this is not the place to geek out because your ECQs are focused on your leadership. All right, we're going to spend more time talking about these, but I just want to introduce them now. There are 5 ECQs, as many of you know: leading change, leading people, results-driven, business acumen, and building coalitions. Leading change is the first one. To me, it's the most important. Why? Because it's the first one anybody reads. And if you knock this out of the park, people are more favorably disposed to the rest of your package. It's just human nature, right? And if you blow this, they're looking at the rest of your package with suspicion. So leading change is about identifying what needs to be done. The current state is not working. You have a vision for the future state. You fight off the dragons who resist you, and you ride off into the sunset on your white horse, victorious, of course, right? So leading change is about changing the conversation, reimagining an approach, rethinking a long-standing issue in a way that nobody has thought of it before. And not just thinking about it, but engendering support for it, creating a shared vision, right? Socializing it, pitching it, working through all the naysayers, etc. And then changing the organization at the end. Your leading change needs a clear before and after. This is not about implementing somebody's idea. Even if the idea came down from the administrator with you to deal with it, you still have to create your vision of how to make it happen. Leading people is not about programmatic stuff. It's about your people. So if you don't supervise people, this is virtually impossible to write about. This is about getting your people behind you. The best example I can think of for leading people is from an old children's book. I don't know if I have anyone who grew up in Boston, but if I have anybody who grew up in Boston, and you are of, as we say euphemistically, a certain age, you might remember Make Way for Ducklings. It's a book from the 50s. It's about a mama duck trying to get her baby ducks to safely cross Commonwealth Avenue in Boston to get back to the public gardens and the pond. So it is like trying to lead those baby ducks across Constitution Avenue or Independence Avenue so they can get to the reflecting pool and not get hit by a bike, distracted by a shiny object, get out of line and kind of wander, just getting all of your people behind you. So this is about your people, not your programs.